everyone. My name is Lamwan Mungaite from First History, and I am part of the content team for the Alumni Outreach Vertical.
I'm Siddhant Singh from First Physics, and I'm also a part of Alumni Outreach content team.
And today we welcome all of you to this very special interview of the Alumni Outreach Vertical, which celebrates 10 years of the Northeast Society.
To celebrate this special occasion, we are joined here by two very special guests who laid the foundation of a society back in 2015 and 16 and led it to glorious new heights.
And before we start off the interview, I would like to introduce our special guest today. First, we have Mr. Khamrosang Buhril. He was our founding president of St. Stephen's Notice Society, and moreover, he is also a prolific writer. In fact, he was the first editor of the first orchid of the Notice Society, and he's a musician and content creator on YouTube as well. And secondly, we have Mr. Kanpatlung Gangmei. He was also a founding member of the Notice Society, and later on, he went on to hold the position of assistant treasurer during the 2016 and 17 term. And I would also like to mention that today we have Miss Marcy Kimlalhat Gangte with us. She is currently the assistant president of our Notice Society.
Thank you so much. We are grateful to each and every one of you for joining us today. So, without any further ado, let's begin with the questions. The first question is for like everyone on the panel, which is like when you first joined St. Stephen's College, what were your expectation of the college life, and how did your experiences reshape those expectations while you balance academics and college?
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Kham. Nice to meet you all, and thank you for the interview. And sorry for the rescheduling. I suppose it was because of me that I could not attend the first scheduled interview. So I'd like to apologize for that, and thank you for rescheduling it. And so yeah, hi Siddhant, hi Mung.
Hello,
Yeah,
sir.
hi, sir.
yeah. Don't call me sir, just call me Kham.
Hi,
Yeah,
okay, all right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm glad to be here. I would like to. I would have loved to do this in person, but due to certain inconveniences, unable to come in person. So, however, thank you for this arrangement again. And yeah, your question, my expectation upon joining college. I mean, I I had always wanted to join Stephens, so that had always been my target, particularly since class 11, 12. So because of the number one academics, yeah, and all that we've heard about Stephens and its alumni, etc. So because of that, I wanted to join Stephens. So and then by God's grace, I did get through admissions, and I joined. I didn't have. I don't. I didn't know what to expect per se. It was college, so and I had always wanted to um, take history as my honors. So, and that too by God's grace, I got through history, and because I'm interested in certain areas of history, if not all areas. So, um, expectation would be number one. I expected to um, be taught by um, professors with experience and the mm, we can say some of the best professors and assistant professors that in the country. So and particularly in history department. So I expected that, and it was beyond my expectation, and it was beyond academics as well. The way our teachers guided us in the classroom and outside, it was not just academics, it was beyond. And some professors, we could interact with them, um, not as teachers, but even as friends. So that was, my expectation as well as my experience after I joined college. And then, and secondly, I expected that I would meet some of the best minds in the country from different parts of the country, and I did. And and that helped me in that shaped me in different ways. um, and that's also how I spend a lot of my time during those 3 years plus two, because I continued doing my masters as well right after bachelor's. So those 3 plus 2, 5 years, I spend a lot of my time outside the classroom as well, in societies particularly. Um, First, I joined the music society, as mentioned before by Mung. I'm also I'm into music, so I play certain instruments, some instruments, and I sing a little bit also. So I joined Sound Machine. I went for the audition, and then thankfully I got accepted in Sound Machine. And then we went to competitions in different colleges. Those were some of the best memories I had in college, perhaps. And then in our second year onwards, I had written, I think, in length about this as well, about how we wanted to start the Notice Society in Stephens, and how it started, like in the mind, in our minds, in my mind, during my second year. So that's when I left Notice Music Society, particularly Sound Machine. I was still taking part, like I still took part in some events in the music society as well, but I left Sound Machine so that I could concentrate on the foundation and the formation of the Notice Society. So that gathered some friends in college, talked to seniors, talked to some professors, some of our teachers who could guide us, etc. And second year, we were not able to. It took time. It took some time to convince the principal as well. And then third year, finally, we were able to form the society towards the second half of our third year, because 2016 I graduated in 2016. So yeah, and then so yeah, societies, friends, interacting with people from all over the country, with big hearts and big mind, so that really helped me in my personality development and going forward as well. So I don't know if I answered your question, but yeah, that's in brief.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kham, for your beautiful words.
Yeah.
And
Oh, hey, hello everyone.
hello,
Hi,
Hello,
Kan.
hello,
Hi,
bro. Kam.
Kanpat. Hi,
Hi,
hi.
hi. Thank you
Long
so
time.
much for inviting me here. Actually, let me introduce. My name is Kanpatlung Gangmei. I graduated in the year of 2017 from chemistry department. So basically, when I was in college, being a sciencey, we were much into this practicals, so we didn't have much time for societies, all these society works. But then when we were in second year, this the concept of this Norte Society was formed, and it was led by none other than our brother Kam. And from that on, uh, as I recall, I was told to hold this assistant treasurer, uh, in a way to represent people from science block, right? Some of us were very hectic and we were not so much into this society, so we need someone to, uh, you know, uh, be a bridge with this science block also. So I was there as a representative from science block, but we had a very great time with the society. in the first Unicolor, I remember many of our sciences from Northeast. We took part in the uh, program. We even organized the Zelangrong dance, and many of my friends from science block were there. Took the main part there, and in some few decorations and all this thing. So in my first year, when we first enrolled in our college, we enrolled in almost all the societies. We give our names to all the societies, but being a sciencey, we could not, uh, uh, took an active part in all the societies. But then Northeast Society was the only society that all the sciences from Northeast and all our friends took part actively. And I remember when we are doing this bamboo dance. I think Brother Kham remembers. We remember this when we are doing this bamboo dance practice and all. Many friends from other states, they came to practice with us. And Unicolor was the first Unicolor I remember was a very successful event, and I believe even in the subsequent years, it was more grander, and even now I think Unicolor is something that all of us look forward to in our society. And coming back to the questions that are this thing, uh, our brother has put forward. Uh, I don't have much to add to our brother Krams, what our brother Krams has said. He had briefed us with all the details. But in addition to that, when for me personally, from science background, when before I joined Stephens, I thought it will be more, you know, uh, the fun aspect. I remember I expected more of the fun aspect. The college will be more fun, as in like uh, before joining college, I was in Shillong, Saint Edmunds. So there, college life, from my perspective, was very fun. But coming to Stephens was more like academic type. No, we more like a schooling in the first year, and later on, second year, third year, with this society, this society, and all this thing makes our college life more fun. As in, but our expectation was more of a fun aspect, but it didn't meet that aspect. It was more like academic, no, more into academics. Uh, and other than that, it was all okay. Like the experience, as in we had many friends. I think Brother Kham will also agree to it. Many of our friends, they have made it into very successful careers in their life, and we are very fortunate. And even Brother Kham this year, he's also a very successful man. I'm very happy that I have a very, you know, friends who are very successful in their own career, and then and yeah, that's one experience in addition to what our brother Kham has said. And Nordic society has been you know it's been the only society, I must add again, that we took part sincerely and actively in our college life. Thank you.
I'd also like to add a little bit more, like to the experience part. When Kanpat, uh, while he was sharing his experience, certain things, I got reminded of certain things regarding my experiences. So in our first year, we were 2013. We got into college in 2013. I got into college in 2013. So that was the year when Delhi University um, decided to introduce the 4 years undergraduate program. So it was called FYUP. So, um, but it was done in a hurry. So the structure, the idea was there, but in implementation part, there were a lot of gaps. So apart from our honors papers, we had different science and technology, translation, etc., papers, which were for like 25, 50 marks. So we were like the guinea pigs of this 4 year program. So now they have a better implemented NEP, but we were like the guinea pigs in back in 2013. However, the there was a bright side to that as far as our college experience was concerned. The 4 years undergraduate program, it was scrapped after 1 year, so we went back to the 3 year program. But during that our first year, a lot of confusion. It was so chaotic, but because of the other papers other than our honors papers, because of those papers, we got the chance to interact, attend the same classes in the same classroom, even in residence. I stayed in residence, so even in residence, I got much closer to people from students from different courses, including science students, both in college as well as in the residence. So that um, helped me create a much bigger circle of friends in college. And at the same time, I think that also indirectly helped when we started with this society, with the idea of the society, because we had formed large group of friends from different backgrounds and different streams and blocks and courses. So I think that really helped. So I just wanted to share that as well, as part of my experience during my first year. And secondly, I would like to make a small correction regarding what Moon said. The first edition of Orchid, I was not the first editor. It
Oh,
was Lina Pomei. Yeah,
all right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Thank you so much.
Now, we'd like to move on to the next question. This is also a general question meant for all the panelists. So, my question is, you all have been associated with the Notice Society since its formative years. So, what initially motivated you to come together and establish a society?
Okay, I'll go first then.
Yeah.
Kanpar also might have certain things to share as well, and I think Kanpar also would remember the first meeting we ever had. Um the first ever meeting we had in, mm, I think it was Chapel Lawns, in the Chapel Lawns, right? There's a photo also of that. I think I shared certain things on that day, that evening as well, that afternoon as well, and uh, as to why we want to start this society, and how we want to take it forward, and the approach that we are taking, etc. So, um, personally, for me, um, like I've mentioned in my previous answer, during our second year, I attended various talks, and during one of the talks in that college hall, mm, which was attended by many students. It was a big event, I think, and even the panelists, some of the most well-known names in different fields. They were delivering talks, and then when I saw that from afar, as a student, with the college crest printed on that tablecloth, you know, and uh, such a lively talk happening. When I saw that, in my mind, this desire, mm, uh, for something like this, particularly on Northeast, to happen, took birth inside of me. So that was like, that was the first, I think, the first time that I ever thought um, of desiring something like this. I think so. So that was in my second year, and so from that point onwards, started sharing this um, sort of epiphany that I had, that moment that I had with my friends, and in college, and then even my friends, they shared similar desire. A few friends, like 4 or 5 of us, I think. And then the message spread, and then uh, not just among us, but even among juniors, among seniors, and we talked to a few seniors as well. And some of our seniors, um, who were already in masters but still in college and in residence, they were telling us that seniors have also tried this before, but the college administration had always refused. Or yeah, so we thought we'll do a trial if we're ready to form a society. So we talked to Speak McKay. Some of the society heads were my friends. So I talked to them, and in their annual um, cultural event, they um, gave us they gave us that event for uh, for us, and then with Northeast as the theme. So that was like the trial event that we had to test waters basically. And then it was a very successful event beyond our expectation. That's when we realized that we could actually do this if we come together. So we had our first meeting. In our first meeting, I personally took the initiative of gathering all the Northeast students first, the Northeast students of Stephens from different batches, first year, second year, third year, particularly, and a few master students were there as well. Because I gathered only the Northeast students in our first ever meeting. That was much before we formed the society. That was during the time when we were thinking of this. I gathered only the Northeast students because I wanted to make it clear to the Northeast students first that this society that we are intending to form is not for the Northeast people only, the Northeast students only. This is for the college, for everyone, open to everyone, so that we can become a bridge between, during that time, that was 10 years back, right? 10 to 10 to 12 years back. The divide was much greater than it is now. Particularly, I'm not talking about college. College environment was very good, in all sense. But in Delhi, in North India, in mainland India, um, there was much to do regarding um, uh, enlightening people regarding Northeast culture, Northeast uh, politics, socio-politics, economy, etc., etc. So, but I wanted to make it clear that this is supposed to be a bridge. This society is supposed to be a bridge, a platform to be a dialogue, so that we can also receive, and we can also at the same time um, spread um, and make aware our friends regarding Northeast culture, etc. So, and after that, we approached the principal, and then he was very open minded about it, thankfully and surprisingly as well. And then he told us to write rough bylaws, and then we approached one professor to help us with that. The I think he was the coordinator of what do we call it? I don't remember, of the society, coordinator of societies overall. So we approached him, and then we wrote bylaws, and then yeah, that's then we formally launched the society with an inaugural event, which we called the inaugural. Yeah, in 2016 around this time, and the response was really good, and I didn't expect that the society would leap this far ahead, in this very short span of time. So kudos to juniors who have taken the baton and who have taken the society forward and this far. Yeah, congratulations to you guys as well. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's all from my side. Yeah.
Now over to you, brother.
For me, the inception of our society, I didn't have much knowledge. As in, all of the information has been briefed by our brother Kam. So, and I would like to say thank you to brother Kam also, uh, in front of all of us, that he single-handedly took all the initiative and founded this Nordic society. And later on, our juniors, even now, our juniors continue to take initiative of continuing our society. And I believe some our scientists, our people from science block also are taking part in the society. I don't know much of the happenings now, but I hope they're also taking part, because back then when I was there, science block, we just, we didn't have time, so uh, we were we were just there just to get the attendance of society in the society or something like that. When everything is sorted out, we are just called upon, and then we supported it. All our contribution, all that we could contribute was just supported. We could not have like do much to contribute to society. This is all from our ends, as I remember how it formed.
Right. Uh,
I have another question. I have another question. How long did all of this take? Like, since the idea came into your head to form the Northeast Society, and to the time until the society was actually formed.
Yeah. It took about a year. It took about a year. Yeah. A whole academic year. Yeah. So, at the start of my second year, which was, um, yeah, second year 2015. So towards mid 2015 or early 2015, we yeah, that was when the idea first came, and then it was finally inaugurated in 2016, early 2016, which means almost about a year. And yeah, and also I would like to add, like, to what Kanpatlung said. I mean, I would like to say that I did not single-handedly do anything. I mean, it was a teamwork, particularly my batchmates, and then some very, very important works were also done by juniors, particularly Ruben, who was my 2 years junior. When I was in third year, he was in first year. So third year philosophy. So he was in first year philosophy, and he helped me in framing the bylaws, which the Kanpatluk referred to as the constitution, right? So the bylaws, he helped me in that process a lot. And then, and yeah, regarding he Kanpatlung kept mentioning about the science block and their representation. Yeah, that was very intentional on our part as well, when we started the society, to have people from the science block, and then so that they can also spread the word in their block. And they gave us full support whenever they can, like especially whenever we organize events. They gave us full support in yeah, because we knew we know that they're very busy. So yeah.
Okay, sir. I have also a question to Mr. Kanpatlung Gangmei. Like being a science student myself, I want to ask: were there any suggestions given by your teacher regarding engagement in the events?
No, no, no. There was no, as in like, yes, I remember. You're in physics, right?
Yes, yes, I am in physics.
Acha, acha. I was in chemistry department. I remember when our society organized this unicolor. you know, we practice dance, Jalanggong dance in the evening after 5, after our practicals every day, almost 2 weeks before the event. So before the practice, we would go to our teachers and narrate all these happenings. So we would like to practice for the dance. Would you please let us go early? As in, like, the practicals go till 5, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we were allowed to go by 4:30, as in, because our artsy people from arts, they used to wait from, you know because their class got over early, right? They used to wait for us and all this thing, but they were also very supportive. But teachers, they understand our, initiative. They let us go early. And I remember this particular dance, all the singers, most 50% of the singers are from science block, and they are also from other states like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, you see. So we took part, and our teachers also helped us when we share our, initiative. That's all I remember from our side.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the wonderful responses. And in fact, I want to thank you personally as well, that it is because of your efforts that we have a society today that represents us, and we are extremely grateful for that. And I just want to mention that to Brother Khan, that we in our current council also we have representatives from science block as well. Our cultural head is from physics, so uh, in fact uh, we have a society that is very that is represented by all, from the arts stream and from the science stream as well. So I want to now we would like to move on to a specific, more of like personal questions. Uh, we would like to start with Brother Kham. So, Brother Kham, my question to you is that, uh, along with being the founding president of the society, you are also a prolific writer, musician, designer, and also run a YouTube channel. So, in view of this, how important do you think it is for students to holistically develop themselves? So, do you agree with the and also, yeah, do you agree with the notion that like batches prior to 2022 had more liberty to partake in extracurricular endeavors in the absence of elective courses like AECs, VACs, and SECs that we have now today?
Um, I mean, I don't know much about what the structure is like right now in practice. I know that the new national education policy is in place right now. So, but I don't know what the experience is like for students. I'm not very well aware of how occupied they are on day-to-day basis. But as far as my experience goes during our time, yes, we had every year, if I remember it correctly, 4 papers, which were all honors papers. So I was in history, so all the 4 papers were history. So we and it differs from course to course. History, there were few papers where you could miss a few classes and still not lag behind, which where you can still do your readings well, study well, and still able to manage uh, good marks in exams. So that's how it is in history. At least it was in history. Um, so that allowed me to divide my time or devote my time in society activities, co-curricular activities, not just inside the college, outside the college as well, because I was very active in Bible study as well and in church. So um, I have a lot of interest. Um, music, church, Bible study, uh, yeah, besides studies. So, um, Yeah, it's very important from my experience, because this started when I was in class 11. Because I was in Manipur, born and brought up in Manipur till class 10, and um, the way education works in Manipur, the system, the how the education system works in Manipur, it's very different compared to how it is out here, for example. So in Manipur, it was all about exams, marks.
What advice would all of you like to give to the St. Stephen's Northeast Society today and to all junior members from the Northeast in college as they navigate through academics, leadership, and their cultural identity? And are there any values from the early days in your view which should never be lost even as the society keeps progressing, growing?
Mm, yeah, I would say one of the ideals of the the founding ideals, I must say, the foundational ideals of our society, which should never be lost, is the the idea of dialogue. So it's not just about one party preaching to the other. It's about dialogue. So you listen to the other, you also share on your side, the other also share his side or her side, and you also listen to that. So it's all about dialogue, which is very important in a country like ours, as uh, a diverse country like ours. So that I would say. Apart from that, I don't think that the current members of the society in college, juniors, I don't think you need much advice looking at how the society is going and how it's growing. I think it's more than ideal as to the trajectory it has taken. So yeah, keep going, um, and um, and as far as Northeast students are concerned in college, since you've asked me that, mm, I remember the first time. So I was referring to uh, the first time we met the principal regarding the our intention to form a Notice Society in college, right? So it was Reverend Vasan Thampu, the principal around that time, as Kanpat has mentioned, and he mm, told us when we met there. We were all Notice students. Some three, four of us went to meet him in his office. We sat there, had a nice conversation with him, and he also gave us some really good advice and his perspective and his view regarding Northeast students, because he at that point he was already a very experienced teacher as well as principal. So he had almost retired at that point. So he told us that I've observed that Northeast students are generally okay with mediocrity, uh, that you generally settle with mediocrity. You should strive for excellence. That's what he told us. Mediocrity is not enough. You should strive for excellence. And I think that stayed with me, and that will stay with me for the rest of my life. That those words by to us by Reverend Boston. So he was particularly talking about Northeast students. It could be because of different factors and reasons, and I think um, uh, whether you agree with it or not, I think there is truth in what he told us. So maybe because of our cultures and or our socioeconomic backgrounds, and maybe there might be different factors, but um, uh, so he was basically telling us that we are much more capable, and mediocrity is not enough. So yeah, I would like to emphasize on that as well. Yeah, that's all. That's all from my part. Yeah, yeah.
From my side, I don't have much to add on that, but I just want to share one of my experience. You know, uh, I remember I took active part in Northeast Society, and later on in my third year, I joined the chapel choir also in the last two semester, and there was like the final, society that I engaged with. Only two societies since I would say the excuse would be I was from science block. We didn't have much time, but I would suggest my our juniors to take active part in all the societies wherever you can. If you have time, all these memories will come back to you in years down the line. And I would also say we all will become very successful in the coming years, 5 6 years down the line. And I would like to suggest or give some honest advice. Like right now, we are all the ambassadors from Northeast. Right, people will come to know our culture, our way of living, our words through through us. So we are all in some way ambassadors from Northeast in St. Stephen College. So years down the line, people will associate Northeast from us. You know, many of my friends, they went to UK, all this Europe, all this exposure. More enriched than us, but they associated Northeast with us. I mean, like from our beds, we are four from Northeast, four from Manipur, to be specific. So whenever they talk about Northeast, till now they generally associate Northeast with us. Whatever we when we were in college, we used to joke around. We used to be very jolly. Used to make silly jokes. So and I remember, although for Northeast, I mean, like if people from Northeast just are singing and all, maybe we're below average. But for our friends from mainland, they used to encourage us whenever we sing Hindi songs and all this thing. They used to encourage us, you guys sing really well and all this thing. So I remember one of our friends from Kerala. He asked us, "Do all the Northeast boys know how to play guitar and all this thing?" Because everything and anything of that sort, they'll associate with us. All the Northeast experience may, let's say maybe in a lifetime they may not be able to visit Northeast, but through our exposure, through our friendship, they will come to associate Northeast with from us. So I would suggest that we are all somehow an ambassador from Northeast. Please keep that in mind. And with that, I think I would like to thank all our juniors for taking up these initiatives. Although I personally could not contribute much to the society, but I wholeheartedly, support this initiative. And even in the future, we'll be supporting you in prayers, in moral support. Whenever you need support, please call us up also. We will try as much as we can to help you guys out. And I'm so sorry. Like our brother Kam has said, it's not only him. I was also the one who rescheduled this timing. That time I was busy with my work. So thank you so much for having me. And I would wish all the juniors here all the very best. And 5 6 years down the line, I'm pretty sure the subsequent juniors will be interviewing you. How was your experience? All these things. So make the best use of it right now, and don't waste any minute of that sort. Keeping all this in mind. Thank you so much.
Outreach Vertical. We wish to thank each and every one of you for making time for us today and for laying the ground of the St. Stephen's Northeast Society, which celebrates 10 years of its existence today. We hope to carry on the rich legacy you have left us and take the society to even greater new heights. We thank all attendees for joining this discussion. I am Laman Mungaite from First History.
And I'm Siddhant Singh from First Physics. Thank you very much. We hope to see you all again very soon.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.